diary.
Here is a visual representation of my emotions right now.
Here's a visual representation of my emotions right now.
It's a drawing of a blender.
It's a drawing of a blender.
And inside,
And inside,
a black lump
a black lump
is spinning
is spinning
in circles.
in circles.
Looking back,
Looking back,
it makes me sad.
it makes me sad.
I drew it when I was in elementary
I drew it when I was in
school.
elementary school,
And it's the first time I
and it's the first time
can remember
I can remember
not having the words
not having the words
to express my
to express my
emotions.
emotions.
5 years later, I would find
5 years later, I would find
myself sitting cross-legged
myself sitting class
on the
cross-legged
floor of a
on the floor
middle school classroom,
of a middle school's room,
talking with a friend I
talking with a friend
didn't know very well.
I didn't know very well.
She would tell me about self-harm.
She would tell me about her self-harm.
She would tell me where she cut herself,
She would tell me where she cut herself,
so her parents didn't see.
so her parents didn't see.
It was devastating
It was devastating
and heartbreaking.
and heartbreaking,
And I laughed
and I laughed
because once again,
because once again
I didn't have the words
I didn't have the words
to talk about my mental health
to talk about my mental health
and the mental health of the people I cared
and the mental health of the people I cared
about.
about.
I'm a junior in high school
I'm a junior in high school now,
and
I have
watched as friends have battled
watched as friends of battle
with anxiety and
with anxiety
depression.
and depression.
I've had friends drop out of high school.
I had friends drop out of high school.
I've had friends attempt suicide.
I have friends attempt suicide.
It's heartbreaking.
It's
because
heartbreaking because
mental health issues
mental health issues
are something other people have
are something other people have
until it's the people you love.
until it's your people you love.
And our students are not
And our students are not
being prepared
being prepared
for addressing these issues.
for addressing these issues.
In fact, my generation
In fact, my generation
has some of the highest suicide rates
has some of the highest suicide rates
since World War II.
since World War II.
1 in 3 students reports persistent
1 in 3 students report persistent
feelings of sadness
feelings of sadness
or hopelessness,
or hopelessness,
according to a 2019 study,
according to a 2019 study,
which was up 40% from
which was up 40% from
2009.
2009.
My generation is struggling,
My generation is struggling,
but we already knew that.
but we already knew that.
See, it's not like we're doing nothing about
See, it's not like we're doing nothing about
these statistics.
about these statistics.
In fact, we're seeing the schools across
In fact, we're seeing schools across
the nation
the nation
hire more
hire more school
therapists.
therapists.
We are seeing third-party organizations
We are seeing third-party organizations
and state political parties,
and state political parties,
introducing programs to get free
introducing programs to get free
counseling sessions for youth.
counseling sessions for youth.
We are making changes, and
We are making changes in
it's not enough
it's not enough
because our mental health supports
because our mental health supports
are not accessible
are not accessible
to all youth.
to all youth.
When a student wants to get mental health
When a student wants to get mental health
aid in their classroom
aid in the classroom
or in their school,
or in the school,
they have to leave class.
they have to leave class.
They have to make up that schoolwork
They have to make up that schoolwork
or stay after school or come
or stay after school, come back
before school
for school,
and arrange rides
and arrange rides
with parents who might not be able to
with parents who might not be able
provide them
to provide them
if their work days don't
if the work days
accommodate for that.
don't accommodate for that.
And students are
And students are
expected
expected
to advocate for their own mental
to
health
advocate for their own mental health
when they have never had
when they have never
to do so before.
had to do so before.
It's a lot to ask, and
It's a lot to ask,
it results in
and it results in
students not getting help
students not getting help
until they are actively
and they are actively
in crisis.
in a crisis.
We are not taking a preventative
We are not taking a preventative
approach to our mental health
approach to our mental health
services,
services,
and it's hurting kids.
and it's hurting kids.
We need mental health integration
We need mental health integration
in the classroom.
in the classroom.
And the coolest thing
And the coolest thing
is that it's not that hard.
is that it's not that hard.
Studies show, for instance, when
Studies show, for instance,
students
when students
can write essays
can write essays
that break down
that break down
complicated feelings or
complicated feelings
circumstances that
or circumstances
they may be encountering at
that may be encountering
home.
at home.
They are able to better analyze
They are able to better analyze and
process their own thoughts,
process their own thoughts,
which can result in healthier
which can result in healthier
emotional regulation.
emotional regulation.
In science,
In science,
we can be teaching about neurochemistry,
we can be teaching about neurochemistry,
the way our brains work.
the way our brains work.
Right now,
Right now,
we're keeping conversations
we're keeping conversations
about how our own minds work
about how our own minds work
locked behind the doors
locked behind the doors
of a counselor's
of a counselor's
office.
office,
When we could be teaching them in science
when we could be teaching them in science classes.
We need to understand
We need to understand
how we feel the way we
how we feel
do and
we do and
why our emotions
why our emotions
work that way.
work that way,
And it can help students better
and it can help students
process
better process
and understand
and understand
complex feelings.
complex feelings.
This high school
Is the high school
and school is a stressful
and school is a stressful
time for kids.
time for kids.
When you're stepping into your
When
own
you're stepping into your
and
own,
figuring out
figuring out
who you are,
who you are,
that can be difficult.
that can be difficult.
By integrating education
And by integrating education
on
on
mental health into the classroom,
mental health into the classroom,
we are providing students
we are providing students
with the resources they need to navigate
with the resources they need to
this complex
navigate this complex
time. But integration is the key word here.
But integration is the keyword here.
I've been a part of a number of classes
I've been a part of a number of classes
where counselors have tried to
where counselors have tried
offer this support.
to offer this support.
So they slip it in on
So they slip it in
the side.
on the side.
They take students seminar or
They take students seminar
study hall periods.
or study hall periods.
Times that we've been
Times that we've been
guaranteed
guaranteed
time to connect with friends,
time to connect with friends,
work on homework,
work on homework,
catch up in classes,
catch up in classes,
and replaced it
and replaced it
with discussions about mental health.
with discussions about mental health.
When we set up our mental health
When we set up our mental health
resources in
resources
this way,
in this way,
it becomes a punishment.
it becomes a punishment.
Students are losing time
Students are losing time
that they need to get other things done.
that they need to get other things done,
And it creates a negative
and it creates a negative
relationship with
a relationship
mental health
with mental health
that they may take with them for the
that we may take with them
rest of their lives.
for the rest of their lives.
We're making counselors sound like some
We're making counselors sound like some
scary third party.
scary third party,
Somebody that you only go to if
somebody that you only go to
you're damaged.
if you're damaged.
When we all encounter adversity, we all
When we all encounter adversity, we all
need that support.
need that support,
And it only makes sense to put it
and it only makes sense to
into a
put it
regular
into a regular
Classroom
setting.
I know that this integration
I know that this integration
will make mental health
will make mental health
less taboo
less taboo
and will empower
and will empower
students to advocate
students to advocate
for their own mental health.
for their own mental health.
Because when it's no longer
Because when it's not longer
some scary concept,
some scary concept,
when our advertisements about
when our advertisement about
mental health are more
mental health are more
than the inspirational
than the inspirational
posters in our
posters and
school
our
hallways,
high school hallways,
we are letting students know
we are letting students know
that we all struggle sometimes,
that we all struggle sometimes, and
and we are making those resources that
we
we're
are making those resources that
investing in.
we're investing in
School counselors in the office,
school counselors in the office
or therapy outside of school,
or therapy outside of school
more accessible.
more accessible.
This is a change that we
This is the chance that we
need to
we
benefit
need
our
to benefit our
students
students
and preserve a
and preserve a
future
where
where mental wellness
wellness
is a priority.
is a priority.
Thank you.
Thank you.